What's up, guys? It's GP here from CBD Hemp Library, from Legally Lifted, from Black Faces and Dope Places, from a bunch of other things you probably have never seen. But welcome to today's show. On today's episode, I'll be talking about whether Delta 9 THC can be replaced by Delta 8 THC. I will go through flower, I'll go through edibles, I'll go through tinctures, and I'll go through vapes to let you guys know whether I personally believe Delta 9 can be replaced completely by Delta 8 THC. Stick around to find out.
Friends tell me, but friends don't lie, I'm told. All the time ain't gold.
I asked on myself. I hate when that happens. I'll start with tinctures. So when it comes to tinctures, for example, here's a tincture. This is from 8 Delta 8. I do believe that Delta 8 tinctures can replace Delta 9 tinctures. Tinctures are very, very similar to edibles. And when it comes to Delta 8, the thing I like about Delta 8 the most is how controllable and how dosable it is, if that's a word, how easy it is to dose. It's so much easier to dose out Delta 8 THC than Delta 9. Delta 9 has so many more variables, in my opinion, and Delta 8 THC is just easier to dose out. So when it comes to the tinctures, the taste is pretty much a wash. It's no difference like how when you smoke it and things like that. So do I think that Delta 8 can replace Delta 9 when it comes to tinctures? Yes. Second, I'll talk about edibles and whether I think Delta 8 edibles can replace Delta 9 edibles. And the answer, similar to the tincture, I think is yes. Like I said, Delta 8 edibles are way easier to dose out than Delta 9 edibles, and they're a way more friendly alternative, in my opinion. The Delta 9 edibles can be very aggressive. They can put you to sleep. They have such polarity, but the Delta 8 edibles, they always typically hit me right. The ones that we're looking to release, this is a legally lifted prototype, so you're learning about this actually in this video for the first time. But they're 33 milligrams, and I think that 33 milligrams is a great amount to feel great, but not take you over the top. So when it comes to edibles, I do think that Delta 8 edibles have the potential to replace Delta 9 edibles. Next thing I'll talk about is vapes, and whether I think Delta 8 vapes can replace Delta 9 vapes. The answer to that, to me, is it depends. I think it completely depends on how much you want the vape to hit. In terms of Delta 9 vapes, they can be hit one time a lot of times and you feel the effects. Delta 8 vapes, they have to be puffed on typically a little bit more. So do I think they can replace it? For some people. Some people are always going to want that harder punch. They're going to want to get high in one hit. They're going to want to get lifted in one hit, if you will. But with the Delta 8 vapes, you have to hit a little bit more. But typically, the price is comparable. And then the taste is another thing. I personally like the Delta 8 taste more than I like the Delta 9 taste when it comes to the vapes. So for me, Delta 8 vapes probably would be what I reach for. But for a lot of people, I know they like that Delta 9 taste. So it kind of depends to me. I think it's a possibility. So I guess the question is, do I think it's possible? I do think it's possible, but I think there are going to be people on both sides. And last but not least, we have the flower, and whether I think Delta 8 infused flower can replace Delta 9 flower. In my opinion, the answer is probably not. The people that would be looking for Delta 8 flower, in my opinion, are a different market than the people who would be looking for the Delta 9 flower. The Delta 8 flower, like we've talked about many times before, is in the middle between CBD and Delta 9 flower. So it's not going to get you as lifted as Delta 9, but it also will have much more effects, or way more effects, than CBD flower would have just normally. So do I think it could replace Delta 9 flower? Absolutely not. But do I think it can remain in the market and still be a viable option for people to buy that don't want to get too lifted? Absolutely. So I do believe that Delta 8 flower has space in the market, but I don't believe it can replace Delta 9 flower. Comment below if you think that Delta 8 can replace Delta 9, or if Delta 8 has replaced Delta 9 for you. And if you're looking for great Delta 8 products, of course, you're on the Legally Lifted channel. Please check out CBDHempLibrary.com for legally lifted products. Soon we'll be coming out with the edibles. I think you guys really love them. But guys, Find out for yourself where they can replace it. I know there are a lot of people out there who want a replacement for Delta 9. They don't want to smoke Delta 9 all the time. They don't want to take Delta 9 edibles because they make them freak out. There's a whole host of reasons why a lot of people are moving towards CBD or moving towards Delta 8 or staying with their old-fashioned Delta 9. So it's just kind of up to you to figure out what's best for you. But guys, I really appreciate you joining me for another episode of Legally Lifted. Today we talked about whether I think Delta 9 can be replaced by Delta 8 THC. And the answer for most of them is it depends on the person. But I really think the edibles can replace it. I really think the tincture can replace it. But when it comes to the dab pens and when it comes to the flower, I do think that it completely depends on the person for what effects they want every time they hit it. So guys, once again, I really appreciate you joining me. See you next time. Peace.